cool. So yes, we're here, we're here at Rhodes Entrepreneurship Society, and, we're here with, Jaco Gerrits, That's it, right? And we're here, and it was our first pitch event. That's for the Rhodes Entrepreneurship Society. And, Jaco is coming from the Chivas The Venture, competition where he's been the national champion. How's that for you? Because I'm sure, these types of settings, this has sort of become your home.
Absolutely. On my side, I've always been passionate about entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
I think even more so when it comes to social entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
So I've always felt that, business can be used as a force for good.
Yeah.
So firstly, I really support what the Chivas guys are doing. They're doing amazing work. And then having the privilege to represent South Africa on the global stage.
Yeah.
Big honor and really looking forward to it.
Yeah. Now, one of the big things, when we were listening to your presentation earlier, you focused a lot on, failure, and you said that this is your 14th, startup that you've had. The ideas, where do they come from? Because it's the people that are attending this are people that are also trying to generate ideas. So I'm sure they would want to know, how do you get your inspiration?
I think it's important to be wary of going out and trying to generate ideas.
Yeah.
I always say go out to your prospective markets, do a lot of research and try and identify problems.
Yeah.
So if you've identified a problem, it's much easier to find a solution for that problem rather than trying to force your idea down on a prospective market. So I always try and look at it from the other side. If you identify problems and you can find a solution, you're in the money. And I think when you look at South Africa and if you also look at social entrepreneurship, there's a lot of social problems. The world, I always say, is a broken place.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of problems that needs fixing, and we need what we call unreasonable men to come up with creative ways in which to address some of the biggest problems that we face in the world at the moment.
Okay. Now, coming back, to what actually happened, tonight in terms of the competition itself, you're one of the judges. How did you feel, the pitches were, the level that students are at the moment? Do you think, how much more do you think can be done before they can put themselves in front of, let's say, real investors that have 100, maybe 500,000 plus rand?
I must say I've been very impressed with everyone tonight, especially the confidence levels, the way that they talk about their business, the way they project themselves. I always look for the entrepreneur, so the business is definitely key, but who's the people behind the business? So everybody that was speaking about their business tonight were very good. A couple of small refinements with some of the guys. Some of the guys were very good in terms of getting the concept across, but then maybe we're limited in terms of how they did their projections and also substantiating how they would get to those specific figures.
Yeah.
So small things that could be worked on, but potential, a lot.
Okay, cool. And then I think the last two questions. First one, you yourself, how's been your pitch journey? Because you indicated that you've become used to these types of environments. You've pitched to investors before. You actually won, this type of pitch event. How has been your pitch journey? In terms of perfecting your pitches to the level that you are now?
I think the big thing for me always is first of all to establish a connection with the audience. So with Crestatics it's a little bit easier. It's an emotional connection you can establish because we're looking at personal safety. So for us to get the value proposition across, it's a little bit easier, I think. And then it's getting into what it's really all about. So what are you going to do with this business? What's your projections and your forecasts? Why do you say that's your forecast? So you need to be able to prove and quantify that you can actually meet those numbers. And then lastly, the team that's going to execute on that. So I've tried to tell a lot of the guys tonight to really break it down into the three components. Don't go into too much detail. I'm not that worried about all of the finer features that you've got in your app.
High level.
Keep it high level. Get the concept across, and then obviously just have the ability to prove that the numbers that you're putting down is actually achievable as well.
Okay. Absolute last thing. We know that you are here in many capacities, but one of them is that you recently won the venture and you're now off to the international one. Please, could you just tell the people out there, one, what does Crash Detect 2 do, and then two, how can people vote for you in terms of the competition?
Okay, so in short, Crash Detect is a smartphone app that automatically detects a serious vehicle crash, pinpoints your location, immediately dispatches the nearest ambulance and supplies paramedics with life-saving information. That's my elevator pitch. And then, the second one, we really need your vote, so I'll really appreciate it. So if you can just go to theventure.com and you'll see my entries over there. You basically click on my face, I think, or name. You'll open up my profile and then you just vote. And every vote is definitely appreciated. And you can vote once a week. And what happens is we are basically allocated a portion of $250,000 depending on the number of votes that we receive. So that's why I say every vote really counts.
Okay. And then obviously your social media.
Social media for Crash Detect, it's facebook.com/Crash Detect. So just you can find us on Facebook with Crash Detect. Same for Twitter, it's @Crash Detect. My personal Twitter handle @Jaco Gerrits, and also hook up with me on Facebook, Jaco Gerrits.
So yes, that's it. We're talking business, Rhodes Entrepreneurship Society, first pitch event, Crash Detect. That's it.
Right, thanks guys.
Thank you so much.
Otherwise, I'll keep on commenting. So I'm going to pass it on, but just if you take that away, be sure that you've got a growth plan in place and that you can also explain to me as an investor why I would invest to help you achieve the dreams that you have, if that makes sense. Yeah.
I didn't know this, and everything she was, I didn't show this, and in the light of day, I didn't know you, but I